It is day number 9, and the weather is fine. On its own. Good morning, Bridge Nation. It is the 9th day in the month of August, 2022. My name is Richie B.
This is your girl, Queen JoJo.
Yes, and this is DJ Audley.
Yeah, we're in the building, ready to take care of you. Get your mornings off to the right, on the right footing. Today being a Tuesday.
Yes.
Joe, the time is moving so quickly that it's hard to keep up.
I thought I was the only one thinking this. I was like, what? It's already the 9th day in August?
Yeah,
Look
it is.
here, man.
Already.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Oddly, you got brand today. What's up with that?
Yeah, man.
Me too.
Yeah. You too? Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
New bridge t-shirt there.
Yeah.
Afrobeat, soca, reggae, dancehall,
Calypso.
Wow.
Bringing the magic to you guys.
It's a good look.
Yeah.
And you change your hairstyle to match your t-shirt.
Yeah, I felt like just being,
Let it out.
Yeah, make
Yeah.
the curls show and all of that.
Why
Natural.
not?
Well, I'm matching
Yeah.
shoes.
Oh, the boots
No,
and
we
the
can't, but nobody not gonna see a shoe.
What do you mean?
Look here, no man.
Bridge
We
Nation take a
can't
peep.
see a shoe.
Bridge Nation take a peep.
every time he does
Hey,
that, I'm thinking that he's gonna have to keep that
We
up
gotta
there.
keep it up.
Lift
We're
up the
getting my
boat,
foot started because
I came across a story where a commissioner of police in the region is actually literally saying, "Hey, we need help with all of the criminality taking place in St. Lucia." The commissioner of police is saying, "Look, man, we need outside help."
wow.
It's a discussion that we've had many times, and we've seen it spoken about, whether or not we should also be looking to international partners to assist us in terms of the
Maybe.
crime and violence in our society, because really, we are at a very, very delicate stage right now.
I think at this point, I understand it might be pride that, they might not consider it, but I don't think we're not doing a good job controlling it. Obviously, it's getting out of hand.
Yeah,
So.
Deion Jackson Miller spoke with 2 former prime ministers, Bruce Golding and PJ Patterson, and neither of them was able to put forward a solution to the crime problem. Yeah.
So.
And they have a lot of experience under their belt.
Exactly. So it just goes to show that
sometimes we wonder whether
we
or not
need some help.
I think we do.
We need some help.
Mind you, the police are making some improvements because seriously, I'm seeing criminals being brought in.
Yes.
I'm seeing a number of arrests, guns and so on.
Guns being,
and one person I think I saw on social media saying we're getting to the stage where within 10-15 minutes after making a phone call to the police that you can expect to have some kind of action.
That's good to hear.
So we want to commend the police and hope that they continue. But still, maybe from the perspective of intelligence gathering, I don't know.
Yes, maybe that. And the thing is also there are other issues that is creating criminals.
Right.
So we have a social issue as well. So we need to fix that also. So
Absolutely.
I think, no matter how many criminals we take off the road, off the corners, if we're not fixing our social issue, we're going to continue to have these problems.
That is so right. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Stuff to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. It's only about the beginning. It's 5 minutes now past the hour of 6 o'clock, and we're here to take care of you right here on Up and Go on the Bridge 99 FM. And it's time now for WTF.
What the fact?
Let's
All
do it.
right, you don't want to know Bridge Nation. So there's an animal out there, as I said earlier, that can fake their pregnancies for better care. Which animal that? Pandas. Yeah, makes sense, no? Yeah, so a Chinese panda named Ai Hin was believed to be pregnant, showing signs like an increased appetite and less movement. And zookeepers ensured she was well taken care of with extra food, a single room with air conditioning, and more. But then they realized that she was not pregnant at all. Researchers believe it may have been a deliberate fake out in order to get better treatment and treats. Them girl are wicked, them.
The wicked.
I like I hate. I like how she thinking.
Brilliant.
I like how she single room AC hotel settings. I like it.
Must have been in the summertime.
I like how she
And she
thinking.
needed to be cool and relaxed. She just said, watch me and them. I go in drunk here and find them and say,
I like this one.
I wonder how long before they found out.
Now that means food problem.
Can you imagine if what's her name?
I Hin
was there for a few months. Well, they have a way they look like they're laughing too.
Yeah.
So no doubt she gave them. Yeah.
You know, so probably a month still. Cause they probably say, around this time now,
Yeah,
the baby's supposed to.
I don't think it's no like a 1 or 2 day thing.
Yeah.
It must have been a more extended period of time.
some weeks or something. Man.
That's an interesting fact, and I want to. How do we commend her?
I don't know.
She pulled a fast one.
Yeah, man.
All right, that was our feature.
WTF? What the fact?
And I almost said, what will they think of next? Welcome to Update, ladies and gentlemen. Stories that are out there in the space, some that you know of, some that you might not know about, and we give you all that we have on them. And these are from entertainment and just about any era of life.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jodie has up her sleeve, but we're going to hear what she has now.
All right. So, poor excuse man Irv Gotti called out saying that he slept with Ashanti before recording her hit single, Happy. Everybody know that song, that Happy, right?
Yeah.
So, Irv Gotti catches more heat after sharing his relationship was his and Ashanti relationship inspired her hit single Happy. He's claiming that the song, which was released in 2002, was written right after they had some intimate moment. The two are no longer on speaking terms after Ashanti signaled in 2019 that she wanted complete control of her masters, and she has made efforts to re-record her album produced by Murder Inc. after Gotti refused to hand them over. So I feel he was doing an interview on a podcast called Drink Champs, and he shared some really intimate details in regards to him and Ashanti, and that, you know, right after they had an intimate moment, took a shower, then they decided to write the song together, and everybody's like, we never needed to know
TMI,
this.
bro.
Like, bro. And he's doing this because, of course, they have issues now. Because he has never spoken out until she had requested to have control of her music.
Not even know them did they?
Right. And
or had any
exactly. Nobody knew this. And the fact that now, because you're having issues with this person, you decide to try it to embarrass her, because that's what it basically is, you know. Anytime you see men or women do stuff like this after a relationship,
the egg is on his face, really.
Yes, it's just a low blow, and I don't think it's something anybody should ever do. You know, share intimate moments. The fact that she did that meant that she trusts you, and now you're showing who you truly are.
Just to be clear, you meant share intimate moments that they would have had with someone and speak about it with other person. That's what you mean.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So
Jano.
it's a low blow, but that's Irv Gotti.
Jano.
He has that personality. Give me that vibe. Yeah.
Look at him too, no?
Yeah.
Look,
Glad.
you even get a woman like Ashanti.
Exactly. Have you seen Ashanti, y'all?
Hey.
Oh my God.
Oh, there she's on the screen.
You better
That's
You
her-
should see her full
that's
view
just her
of
face.
her, and that's
That,
just her face.
That out. Okay.
Roll it. That's all you can find.
No, what but yeah, so moving on to some, I guess you can. This is disappointing news.
Yes.
Popcorn and Shensia speak out after major issues at Kingston Fest in Toronto.
Yeah.
No, promoted as Canada's largest outdoor dancehall music fest, Kingston Music Festival promised fans good vibes and great tunes, but did not deliver on Sunday. Now, Popcorn and Shensia, who were both billed to perform with Skillibeng and the Chronicler, have both spoken out after fans encountered multiple difficulties when they arrived at the Downsview Park event in Toronto. The issues included an extremely late start to the show, audio malfunctions, overcrowding, and barricades being thrown down. Now, on Monday, Shensia tweeted her apologies to the Toronto fans. "I'm sorry y'all couldn't hear me, Toronto. I can imagine how frustrating and disappointing it was to buy tickets and didn't get what you were promised. Yesterday was a mess. That's bleeped up." Popcorn, on the other hand, you know Popcorn not gonna really be as diplomatic as Shensia. He actually tackled the issues head on during his set. To the promotion team for that concert, I know, let me talk to you clear. A lot of my fans vexed and angry because of promotion, huh? Beep, he said to the crowd, and that got them riled up and sent them cheering. You see, when you book superstar pan show, make sure you fix every beep beep thing. You hear that? Listen me again. You see, all of them hard-working, independent people here will pay them money for forward at them beep beep show ya. Wanna disappoint them and disappoint me. If I never them, I got me yard. And for know that. Fix up on a beep beep self.
Okay. We don't get any problems with the Broadcasting Commission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the clip. And he really gave it to them.
Yeah, and I saw the clip where they pushed down the
saw
so
the
like
bar-
the VIP
Yeah, I
persons
saw
were
that.
really upset because it's like everybody was
Yeah, I saw that barricade
in
situation.
Yeah,
It makes sense. It
Yeah,
makes sense
I
why
understand
Popcorn did that.
persons being upset about that, and you have to have it together.
Yeah, man.
You can't have big stars like me saying you can't charge so much money for persons to come and
man.
experience something and they don't.
The flip side to that is that as a promoter, I mean, these things will happen. You know?
Yeah.
You make all the preparations. I mean, you heard Roy
But
yesterday.
I don't think they
know,
had enough security. Excuse me. I don't think they had enough for persons to just push down the barricade like that. There were some things that were missing.
Yeah.
If you have enough money to book Shensia and Popcorn right now,
Yeah.
you'd expect that they have money to put on a good show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Technically and in terms of
you can't.
Let me add to that because I'm hearing from a source in Canada. You know who were the surprise performances?
No.
Drake, Nicki Minaj, and let me say
One
this,
of the
I can't
person.
remember. There's somebody else.
Yeah,
Huge.
but and this is what we're saying. Like, if you can do this, that means the technical side of it, the security side of it, should be up to par as well. So it's not just about good artists, but it's about the experience. When somebody paid $200 to come in, $80 to come in, yeah, man.
Cut a long story short, they need to call Joe Bogdanovich.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
There
You
it
should not
is.
get a few of
Can I have a look at
the
the blueprint?
festival.
Yeah, man. Give them some tips.
Facts.
Yeah, I also heard, which is well, I can't say we can take credit for that. The crowd there, they were saying that this would not mean a Jamaica.
Oh,
Facts.
Come on, Jamaican, everything
Okay.
good at Jamaica. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
That's dope.
See there?
Well, Popcorn definitely made his voice heard, and Shensia also hosted. So let's see what happens going forward. Sean Paul is in the news, as we mentioned, himself and Beyonce with a big bad song called Baby Boy, now certified platinum in the United States of America. That means it has sold, it has reached the sales and streaming equivalent of 1 million units in the U.S. alone. It already went gold in the UK, which is by selling 400,000 copies. The song was certified platinum just yesterday by the Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, after it reached those sales numbers, as we mentioned. It was co-produced by Scott Storch. Baby Boy first appeared as the second single of Beyonce's Grammy award-winning Dangerously in Love album on August 3, 2003, and it was later added to the 2003 re-release of Sean Paul's Grammy award-winning Dirty Rock album. Dangerously in Love was also certified 6 times platinum, and Sean Paul's Dirty Rock is currently 2 times platinum.
Wow.
Dope.
Baby Boy was an early hit for Beyonce. That is right after she had left the group Destiny's Child, and it spent 9 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stayed on the chart for a total of 29 weeks. So it is a huge song, and we're happy that Sean is a part of it. Of course, we say congratulations to Sean Paul and Beyonce.
Yeah,
Platinum with Baby Boy. That's it for updates. Time now for the proverb of the day, and that will be followed by the pet peeve of the morning. Jody's back.
Richie, thank you. So our proverb of the day: fattening frog for snake. That's the proverb of the day. Fattening frog for snake.
Fattening frog for snake.
Yes.
Frog eat snake. Snake eat frog, right?
Snake eat everything if you give them an opportunity to.
Fattening frog. I'm know saying fatten fowl means say I gotta get ready for shell the fowl, so that means that like snake
Jeez.
eat
You
frog.
sure that's what fattening fowl means?
Me no know.
Shelling the
Me
fowl?
no know. But bigger fowl means bigger piece of meat, and you don't know the thing go.
Shells,
So fatten
you know
up
we're gonna do
frog
better
for
as
snake
Jamaicans.
mean. I don't know what that one mean. But
Fattening frog for snake. And I thought you would have picked up immediately with this one.
That one in a catch.
Alright, here's the meaning.
Yeah.
So the meaning for fattening frog for snake: taking care of a woman only for her next man to enjoy her. Alright, taking care of a man only for her next woman to enjoy him. So
Oh, no.
frog.
Oh no.
This one is from the Bahamas.
Fattening frog for snake.
The
hot,
meaning: taking care of a... Oh please, women do it all the time.
That hurt,
Take
man.
care of men.
Yeah, boy, see it now.
Fix him up nice, only for see with somebody else enjoying the fruits of your labor.
Him cousin flying.
Him- I know a guy that had a lot of cousins. And I said at some point, something is wrong.
Something
You have
wrong.
too much family. We can't do this
boy.
anymore. Why doesn't your cousin like me? Why does she call to me? You know, what's that about?
Jaja. Fattening for the snake.
Oh, the experience with Jamaican men. It's beautiful, I tell you. It's beautiful.
You got
Always
my
have something to laugh
Big
about.
up, big up my frog, yeah. She's happy with the snake.
So, that's our program for this morning. I cannot.
There are many interpretations.
Our proverb of the day.
Yeah, man, good
Fattening
one.
frog for snake. The meaning, taking care of a woman only for her next man to enjoy her.
That man. Yeah, man. That's a good one.
One of them
Pick up
days there.
yourself, Jojo.
Oh, you know what's a pet peeve? If you're just joining us here for the first time, pet peeve are things that others do that you may find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. Today's pet peeve comes from Queen Jojo.
Oh, boy.
All I want to say is, I know I have a personality that might scream, oh, you know, she have a little Victoria's supermodel kind of look. You know, if you just see me, you might think, oh, she's small. So therefore, you don't provide things to fit my plus size body. I am always in my feelings when I go to a store or I'm at an organization or I'm working with some promoter or something and the shirts are always too small. Hello, I know my personality is fabulous. So therefore, people who are fabulous, them thinks to them small. So sometimes them just go with smaller clothing.
Makes sense.
No. You know, just be more inclusive. In your mind, understand that there are different body types and big girls are hot as ever if you're missing out on that, if you're not seeing what is happening in the fashion world.
That is it.
So just join in on the bandwagon and make the clothes them fit properly. Please and thank you. And
That's
not make
alright.
them so expensive either.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's an extent.
Like my
too.
jeans can buy probably 2 of your jeans.
Do you even wear jeans in a job? Just because of the price of the jeans. Tell you
Yeah,
the truth.
man. Yeah, man. So just be more inclusive with the clothing. Like you see me in a simple dress and it's over $10,000. I'm not
Jeez,
exaggerating.
really?
You see me in a very simple dress and my dress can cost like over $10,000. Hence, fellas, why I'm the way I am. My things are expensive.
Oh, you didn't mean high maintenance. No.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
No,
not.
no,
My
no.
things are just expensive.
Yeah.
So when you put them on
it
for
is
gold,
what
though,
it is.
when you
So
put
when
them
you
on for
see
gold,
me dressing up for
Yeah,
you,
don't waste no
hello.
time. Yeah, I
Money
appreciate
spent,
that.
money spent.
So that's my pet peeve, and I
Yeah,
know
man.
the plus size Bridge Nation
They
listeners.
got the queens.
You can always send in your views on that at 876-551-5782.
Yeah,
Respect.
the takeaway is to be more inclusive when you're
Please.
providing these services,
Yes.
so that the slimmers and the ladies who have a little bit more weight can feel quite okay to come
I
to your
agree.
store and spend money with you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right?
The fat people, them Richie.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. Can't say fat.
Richard
I just wanted to be politically
I
correct.
know. I was troubling you.
All right. Well, thankfully, you got your T-shirt and it fits,
Yes, it
right?
fits.
Yeah, so not to complain about there. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we just should tell you that last week we learned that the Rio Cobre River has been contaminated for the second time by the bauxite and alumina company Windalco. The contamination has resulted in a huge fish kill and a disruption in domestic, recreational, and economic activities for several residents within the Bogwalk Gorge and surrounding communities. Senator Sophia Frazer Binns has expressed that the government has failed the residents and communities in and around the Rio Cobre. We have her this morning to speak with us on this issue, and we're very pleased to have her as always. Good morning, Senator. Welcome to Up and Go. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing?
We're doing well right here. Myself and Richie B and Shells are going to be asking you a few questions on this very topical issue, Senator.
Sure, not a problem at all.
Right. So our first question is, are you able to share specifically what has caused the contamination of the Rio Cobre River?
Sure. Well, from our research, we understand that Windalco has in fact discharged effluent into the river. Richie, this is not the first time that this has happened. In fact, our research shows that this is the fifth time it has happened. Last year, the one before now happened last year, almost on the anniversary that this one happened. And, it is most regrettable and very disappointing that this continues to wreak havoc on the lives and livelihood of people in and around the community of Rio Cobre.
What kind of impact, to the best of your knowledge, will this kind of contamination cause to the environment?
Well, the impact is so far-reaching because first we want to talk about the impact it has had on water. You are aware that the National Water Commission has had to suspend its water supply because of the contamination. Then there's been the destruction of various ecosystems, flora and fauna within the Rio Cobre area. I mean, we had a visit there last week and we were able to see the visible impact it has had on just plant life. And then there's the destruction of the killing really of dozens of fish. And what has had to what will have to happen is that they will have to put new fish into the water for them to mature. So the environmental impact is quite far-reaching. The economic impact is very far-reaching. And, we hope that this will never happen again because the environment can't afford for this thing to happen. I mean, the issue of climate change is so real. Oh, yes. We're talking about just the health of people when these things happen. You can't turn a blind eye on it. And so these things must not be allowed to happen. And NEPA has got to really take hold of itself and recall the mandate and the purpose for which it was established and stop being reactive and start being proactive.
Now, Senator, have you gotten a chance to visit any of the communities that have been affected? If so, what has been the mood of the people?
Well, last week we were in Kent Village, and I will tell you that the people, they've just about had it. They're frustrated, they're disappointed, and they're angry. And it is due in large part because it's not the first that this is happening. And every time it happens, you hear that something is going to be done. They're also upset because other persons knew beforehand that this was going to happen, that the discharge had taken place. But the community that's most impacted, they were not even aware of it. They're upset because they've lost their ability to earn. And this is just from Kent Village. But as I understand, the impact affects 3 different parishes. It affects the water supply in Kingston, Clarendon, St. Catherine. But also it affects the livelihood of persons in St. Catherine and in Clarendon, because the farmers in Clarendon, for example, cannot get the irrigation water they need for their agriculture. Then you have the fisher folk in St. Catherine who clearly can't fish, who can't sell, and so they can't earn. Yeah. So, they're very, very angry at this point and very impatient of the government to do something.
Because their livelihood is affected.
It's affected.
Yeah. Senator, you have spoken about the powers available to NEPA under varying legislation. What can they do and what action are you hoping to see taken this time around?
Well, at this point, to me, whatever actions NEPA take, what must be done is a suspension of the permit. NEPA has the authority under the law to suspend the permit of Windalco. Give them suspend it so that they can build a proper pond. Last year, as I understand, coming from the fish kill that took place, there were certain requirements that NEPA had mandated. One of it was the building of the pond into which you will dispose of the effluent. Now, until that, I gather it has commenced, but until it is completed, no mining should take place. It's just what it is. It's just an absolute situation now because it has reached crisis proportion and it has to be dealt with based on the nature of the reality that people experience. And so we are proposing that the government suspends Windalco permit until the pond is complete, so that this will never happen again.
So some people would argue that that's a kind of a catch-22 situation because then now there's the possibility of jobs being affected at Windalco itself. How do you think we could navigate through those issues?
Thanks, and I think that's a very good question because the truth is that it is never an easy situation to treat with, and we do understand the cons to this recommendation. But when you talk to persons in the community, they will tell you that their health is so impacted that they would be prepared for the suspension. It's a temporary suspension. They'll be prepared for it because their health is so impacted. When one considers the environmental impact and the long-term environmental impact, listen, it is going to take between 6 months to a year for you to get back mature fish in the Rio Cobre. So when one considers the long-term economic and environmental impact that this is having on individual lives, it is our considered opinion, of course, talking and consulting the persons in the community, that the suspension, though it will have an implication on loss of jobs for some persons, but it is for the greater good. And the truth is, the government, when it has indicated its intent to call on the bond, which I think is a commendable action, but what the government needs to do to lessen the impact is to ensure that the bond is shared in such a way that those impacted are the ones who benefit. So it can't be that the NEPA or NWC or any government body will get first call on it, but the citizens, the residents who are impacted, be it because of the loss of earnings, be it because of the loss of income from those who sell the fish, or be it because the loss of ability to produce the agricultural produce because of the contaminated water. They are the ones who should be the first ones to benefit from this. And I think that will alleviate, it will not completely fix, but it will alleviate the hardship. And the second thing I want to say as well is that what NEPA has to do in its own assessment, because NEPA is the one that determines the amount of money that should be put up as bond. And coming out of this, NEPA has got to ensure that in the future, a significantly more sum is put down as bond, because $100 million sounds a lot. But when you start to divide that up, it really isn't that much. And so because of that, one, we believe that the residents should be the first one to benefit, and two, that this bond that is paid by Windalco should be increased. And NEPA has its own process to make some analysis, but we're calling for those two things.
Do you know whether or not any form of immediate assistance is being offered to these residents?
Well, up to last week, Friday, I was not aware of any immediate assistance. They even accept the intent to call on the bond and to make payout based on that. I'm not aware of anything else.
Okay, but no doubt you would encourage that be looked into, especially for those who are suffering hardship at this time.
Yeah. Absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely. I mean, because not, as I said before, there's $100 million for bonds,
yes,
but that is still insufficient. And so the government has got, because the government can't escape the blame, because NEPA has really failed. And as a consequence of that, the government therefore has a responsibility to cushion the blow outside of the bond that is being called upon. The government has a responsibility to make it easier for the citizens so impacted. And if the government really is desirous of assisting, then a way can be found. And I understand the harsh economic time within which we live, but a way can be found by a government that truly wants to help these persons.
Senator Sophia Frazer Binns is Shadow Minister of Land, Environment and Climate Change. It was a pleasure having you on the program this morning as per usual, and we wish you a wonderful day today, Senator.
Thank you. The same to you.
All right, take care. All right, there you have it, Senator Sophia Frazer Binns, as we mentioned, Shadow Minister of Land, Environment and Climate Change, looking at the whole matter of the contamination of the Rio Cobre River and the impact it is definitely having on the environment as well as the neighborhood.
Ah, boy.
Yeah.
Richie, one of the scariest things, I think we've grown so accustomed to nature bouncing back, but one of the scariest things is when you realize that nature don't bounce back. That is when, and I think we need to sort out things, but fix things before it's too late.
Yep. And the fact that it's a recurring problem, man, we can't have this happening.
Yeah.
She said in this instance, it's almost to the exact anniversary date. You know what I mean? And, the company can't really afford to be doing that.
Yeah.
Here's a message coming in as a direct response from one of our listeners to the conversation that we just had with Senator. And it says, "Good morning, Richie B. My name is Gregory. I won't call his surname. And he says, I live in the Zephyrton, Linstead area, and I use the river for my livelihood. Please tell her to visit Linstead." That is what Gregory has, in fact, put forward. And he's one of those who is suffering, really, as a result of that situation. All right. I saw some fish, like hundreds of fish in our shells and oddly that were killed in this instance. And They need to fix that. You know what I mean?
Yes, right. Right now, it's Fresh Face Tuesday. You know, and our next guest was born and raised in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. He is one of Mexico's most active reggae and dancehall artists in the last decade. Yes, Bridge Nation, reggae and dancehall, they are Mexico. I wanna deal with 4 albums and endless collaborations. Jah Fabio is gradually becoming one of the pillars of the new wave of reggae and dancehall artists in Latin America. Never giving up, his perseverance in pursuing his dreams is what has characterized Jah Fabio's career that has led him to cross borders, being the Mexican reggae and dancehall artist with more activity outside his native country. Richie, the man have been sharing the stage with Sizzla, Damian Marley, Anthony B, Beanie Man. Come on, man. The man no dancehall. He's dancehall, and we're looking forward to having a reasoning with him.
Caliente.
We're looking forward. Greetings and good morning, my general. Good morning. Jah Fabio, welcome to Up and Go.
Yeah, greetings. Top of the morning, you know.
Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. Now, Jah Fabio, I have to ask right off the bat. Reggae, dancehall, Mexico. You doing that? Like, how did this happen? How did this even make sense, bro?
Well, it's long time, you know. Back in the days, in the 90s, I start to hearing dancehall from 90s, like Chakademus, like Papa San and Supercat. But at that time, my dream, I want to be a baller, you know, a footballer, professional baller. But in the university, I'm taking the music serious. And my first band, I was play the trumpet and then the trombone. But I like sing, you know, I do some DJ style and thing. So with one friend called Pedro Ornelas, we do a Nati Congo crew, the first reggae label in Mexico. That time is at 2001. And me starting the music and take a serious. I respect everything from Jamaica. I don't want to be on stage and say, hey, me a dancer artist, and don't understand the culture really and truly. That's why I like go to Jamaica and live the thing. I like being in the streets. I like being in the parties. I like being in the studios. I like drive. I like, you know, I like everything in Jamaica. I'm putting my music to be I don't want to be a lame, you know. I want to respect everything pattern, and I want to bring your culture to my side and never back to Jamaica, that reggaeton artist, you know. I don't like that because reggaeton come from dancehall and then don't say nothing. And I fight every time with them because I'm say, yo, why you call it dembow if dembow come from Jamaica and you never said that. So my mission in a music is that respect your culture. It's just that, you know.
Yo, respect, you know, Jah Fabio, because you brought up the whole reggaeton issue. You know, that's something that we've been reasoning about here in Jamaica. So to see that you're taking that discussion to the land where reggaeton is very popular, enough respect, brother. Now, for those who aren't sure, because I'm understanding how important reggae is to you, but what is the reggae scene actually like in Mexico?
Well, reggae in Mexico is like people love more back in the days artists, like foundation artists. Then like Israel Vibration, like Ken Booth, like, you know, that Don Carlos, Michael Rose, that kind of artist. So my problem sometimes is because me hear every update from Jamaica. So if you put Skillibang in Mexico, then see like, what is that? You understand? So I try to do the balance in my music and show the people the reggae music is every day, update, every day. So in Mexico is big, but it's not like big like the population is in Mexico, you know. So I'm working on bring more Jamaican artists. Actually, I do a booking for some artists.
Oh, yes?
Because me and the unique artists going to Jamaica and working in Jamaica, and so the promoters call me and, hey Fabio, I need that artist. Hey Fabio, help me with that. So me an artist, but me a cultural bridge between the countries, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
That,
Respect, man.
that is really good to hear.
Yeah, man.
You got a chance recently, Jah Fabio, to perform at Reggae Sumfest. First of all, how did that opportunity come about, and what was the experience like working on that big stage at Reggae Sumfest?
Well, the first time I was in 2018, and I received a call from Bob, the Harry Toddler's manager, and he said me, "Hey, Jah Fabio, we want to bring you to the festival." And say, "What?" I say, hold on. You say that?
Yeah.
Please tell me again, but slowly. I want to, you know, 'cause really and truly, brother, that stage is more than dream for me, you know. Yeah, I can go to Jamaica and record and take a pictures in the beach and the studios and wherever, but be in the music industry in Jamaica is different, you know. And being the stage like Sumfest is really important to me and the culture and the reggae in Latin America, because me are the only one artist from Latin America in the stage in the Reggae Sumfest, you know. So it's more than dream, and the reaction of the people was really good. So when the people after my show the first time and now in my second time the same thing, them say, "Hey, Jah Fabio, you good." I'm say, "Okay, I'm not doing bad." You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes in Mexico and Latin America the people don't understand me, and then the reaction is different. But when you go to the roots of the thing and then say, "Yo, Fabio, you're good," I feel like, okay, I'm doing good, you know. And well, it's more than dream. I can say nothing about that, because it's only a good experience, and it's a blessing. It's more than experience, you know. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
And you know, so
yeah, man. Respect,
and
man,
the
Jah
respect from Jamaica, because Jamaican people is different. It's different. You can say, "Hey, put their hands in there." Them different than Latin America fans, you know.
Yeah, man.
So it's really good. It's really good, and it's more than dream, because I saw some fest from back in the days in DVDs, you know.
Do you DJ in Spanish and English generally?
Yeah, because I have some fans from Jamaica and America and some parties in Europe, and also I have a Latin America fans. So I want to do the balance and people understand what I mean. So my music mostly in the same song is English and Spanish, you know.
Yeah. You have a song called Jamaica. What is that song all about lyrically? What message are you sending?
You say, give thanks Jamaica, because my team is in Jamaica. Danger Zone, Stampy, Mr. Nine, Della. Sarep is like my uncle, you know. Jamaica to me is like my second home. I want to show to the people it's not only a marijuana and Bob Marley. Jamaica is more than that, you know. It's more than Usain Bolt. It's more than Bob Marley. It's more than marijuana. So I want to show that to my people. Hey, Jamaica is a real paradise, you know, in a little island with a lot of talent in a ghettos, in a garrison. I saw in every garrison a bad DJs and say, "Yo, wow, you bad." Every corner you can hear a good singer, and people have to know that, you know. People have to know that, yeah, Jamaica is dangerous, but every part of the world is dangerous. So you have to see the good things in the all countries, and Jamaica to me is my second home, you know, definitely, and is a song to say give thanks for everything, you know, for Spice Bone, from jerk chicken, from everything from Jamaica. I have to say give thanks, you know.
Respect, man, Jah Fabio. Respect. Now, Jah Fabio, right now the fans listening, everybody is engaged, everybody willing to know and want to stay tuned to what you are going to put out in terms of music. So where can our listeners find you?
Well, you can find me in Instagram and Spotify and Facebook and TikTok, and you know, you have a lot of social media, you know. I want to say the people in Jamaica, don't worry. I don't want to be a copycat. I don't want to rubbish. I don't want to be a Jamaican. I just want to show Jamaican culture in my side, just that. So don't worry and give thanks for the support. Give thanks Danger Zone, is Dumpy, Jojo to call me to the interview. And keep in touch, because I will release a new album with a few collaborations with Vibes Cartel, with Vinnie Man. So I'm working on an album. Actually now in the studio, because me every time in the studio. I learned that from Jamaica. If you want to be a good DJ, you have to practice. No matter if the song don't release, you have to be in the studio, practice and practice and practice and practice. It's like football,
Yeah, man. For real. Respect, Jah Fabio. Respect. Well, we have to give you thanks, Jah Fabio. We'll just keep up the good work. You understand me? So keep studying the culture code. We're saying it from yard. We appreciate it, brother. So keep up the great work. You hear me?
Yeah, give thanks and help to my English. You understand? And
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, brother. So we're going to play your track, Jamaica. We have that track there right now. So just go on all the vibes. I got jam out to your tune, Jamaica, right now. Zine, bless.
Yeah, man. Bless up and give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Got a few stories to share with you right now. You're going to find them interesting.
All right. Yes, that's right. So reggae singer Jah, who is currently serving a 6-year sentence in the Netherlands prison for attempted manslaughter, is slated to return to court today. So in March 2022, Jah was sentenced to 6 years for stabbing a show promoter over unpaid monies. So he'll be going back to court today. Yeah, so we'll find out what that is about.
Prosecutors want him to spend even more time than he's already been given.
Think that, I don't know. I know he did something wrong, but at this point, he was sentenced to 6 years. Come on now. The man do him thing and come back in country, please. But, they're known for this. And this is why you don't leave your country and act a fool.
Cause trouble.
Exactly. Ever watch Locked Up Abroad?
Nice.
It's not nice. And in the Netherlands, it's not nice none at all. So, yeah.
Ah, boy. Well, we'll move on to a little more, inspiring news.
Yeah. Good.
This artist has a really good voice for my generation. Enough respect. Man, taller than him is far than them still. Man, taller, no? I talk about Youngster. Yeah, and he's feeling good right now. He's been featured in Rolling Stone magazine. Nice. For those who are wondering what Rolling Stone are doing with Youngster, let me explain. So Rolling Stone decided to celebrate our 60th anniversary, Jamaica's 60th, by selecting one song from every year to show the evolution of the island's incredible musical history since 1962. And Youngster's Ambition was featured. Yeah, man. So Youngster, he's feeling good. He said, it was just yesterday I was sitting and looking at some of the greats, wondering when will I be featured on a major platform for my work. And today I woke up to see myself in the Rolling Stone magazine. Though this may feel surreal, I know it's because of my hard work and a dedicated team. He also went on to say, and this is a good part for me, he said, sometimes I get weary and discouraged. But then I remember great things aren't easy to accomplish. This accomplishment will continue to inspire me. Now, for those who aren't familiar with Rolling Stone, it's an American monthly magazine that focuses on music, politics, and popular culture. And Youngster's Ambition is mentioned in the year 2021. While this is interesting, Aishana's Brace It featuring Ed Sheeran is listed as the standout song for 2022. Now, other notable mentions include Coffee with Toast for 2018. Popcorn has 2 entries, We Pray with Dre Island for 2017, and Twist and Turn featuring Drake and Party Next Door 2020. The Mighty Diamonds with One Brother shirt was featured for 1979, and Bob Marley and O'Malley have to make it a no tingo. Bob Marley's Redemption song was featured for the year 1980, and Gregory Isaacs' Night Nurse for 1982 are also included. And if you're wondering, the King of Kingston and King of Dancehall were also featured. Beanie and Bounty also made the list with Who Am I for 1989 and Look for 1990. According to Rolling Stone, if you're wondering how they did this, they said some tracks were chosen because they heralded a new direction in sound. Others sparked a movement. Some engendered controversy and marked a turning point in an artist's career or had a significant impact at the time of their release. So big up Youngster. Yep. Ambition definitely made an impact. That's a good look.
Nice
Why own a Ferrari with
nowhere to park it? Yes, sir.
All right. Big up Youngster, indeed. And all the others. Of course, they went right back 60 years and right up to Shenseea and Ed Sheeran. as their pick
Aishana.
for
Aishana.
Aishana, for their pick for 2022.
It's interesting, man.
So it's an interesting compilation.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing some more on that, using that compilation on the program too, and make reference. All right. Now we, what's her name? Beyonce just recently came out with her new album Renaissance, and as you'd have guessed, Jamaicans are involved.
That's
and
right.
we've now discovered that Grace Jones and an artist by the name of Beam, a gentleman who is the son of Papa San, are both featured on the album. Grace Jones is 74 years of age, and she has now secured her fourth and highest Hot 100 entry with the track Move, which debuted at number 54 on the Billboard Hot 100. This comes 45 years after her first entry that was entitled Sorry, That's the Trouble, which peaked at number 71. That was way back in 1977. She also had a song called I Need a Man, peaked at number 83 later that year, and I'm Not Perfect, which peaked at 69 in 1986. All right, so she's featured alongside Thames, the Nigerian singer, and a portion of that song was actually recorded in Jamaica.
Wow.
So Beyonce giving some Jamaicans a good bit of exposure and allowing them to earn some serious dollars too.
Which is right.
Jamaican-born, Miami-bred rapper, producer, Beam, 27 years of age. He has copped his second and highest Hot 100 entry with the track Energy, which has debuted at number 27. And like I mentioned, Beam is the son of dancehall veteran and now gospel singer and minister Papa San, who had previously entered the Hot 100 with Justin Bieber on the song Love You Different. That spent 1 week at number 84 in 2021. That is Beam we're talking about. And now he's back with this project. He provided background vocals and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good look for Grace Jones and for Beam. Two Jamaicans involved with the Renaissance project, the latest from Beyonce.
Nice.
All right, those are the stories for Update. It's now 9:38. We're seeing a lot of it on the screen, team. A lot is happening in Haiti, and it's not a good look at all.
At all.
They're having a whole series of violence, eruption going on. Right now on the screens, we're seeing that they're grappling with rising gang violence and hunger. We saw a report where I think a CNN reporter was in one of the tanks.
Armored vehicles,
that was out there, and it's a whole lot of shooting going on, and we don't know how this is going to end. We're seeing persons who are injured being taken up from the streets, and Haiti is definitely not looking good right now.
I don't
It's
know.
really sad.
I don't know what's worse: hunger in the midst of violence, or violence in the midst of hunger. It's like, jeez, man.
Man, oh
rough
man.
either way you take it, man.
Trust me. So we have Haiti in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Bridge Nation, we really do. Got a few people we want to be thanking right now.
Of course.
Of course, at 7 o'clock, our guest was Senator Sophia Frazer Binns, and we had an interesting discussion with her, looking at what's happening with the
Rio Cobre River, contamination.
Exactly, Windalco and all the people around the area there that are somewhat suffering as a result of the fish kill and other issues that they're facing. We also had no winner in the Secret Sound game, so we get a chance to try again. I hope that Tikaros, was it Tikaros?
Tikaros,
Yeah, might have thought that he was winning. Turned out that he wasn't. I actually thought you were winning too, Tikaros.
Yeah.
So bear with us.
He probably stopped run by now.
Right. Of course, 7:45 until 8:15, we had the Canadian Connection with Red and DJ Ritz of Flow 98.7.
Right.
That was off the chain.
Good energy as always.
Yeah, and News 360 came through. Jah Fabio was our guest at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And here we are, just about wrapping up the show. Already.
Look at that.
Time gone.
Are we getting better at this?
I don't know. I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
I hope that the Bridge Nation thinks so. Yeah, but it's a good vibe. Thank you very much, Shells. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Romy. Thank you, DJ Audley. And this is Richie B on behalf of the entire crew, thanking you, Bridge Nation, for tuning in. If it's a birthday today, celebrate well. If you're celebrating a wedding anniversary, have a great time. And remember, it's never too late to be what you might have been. It's never too late to be what you might have been. Think about that. Words by George Eliot takes us out. And this is how we wrap it. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.